Hello, good evening, and a warm welcome into One Spokane Stadium. Alongside former U.S. international Erica Timrak, I'm Dre Cordero. It is week 22 in the Gainbridge Super League. The spring season just underway, and Spokane Zephyr back on home soil for the first time in 2026. Well, tonight it's Brooklyn FC visiting the Lilac City, 6th against 7th, with 3 points separating them on the table. And there is set table where Spokane sit on 22 points, 4 back of Carolina for the last postseason ticket, while Brooklyn on 19 points with a game in hand. A win would bring them level with today's hosts. Now, looking back, flash to a month ago, that was Spokane's last action as they traveled away to Carolina. A huge result for them. They come away with a 2-0 victory, and that allows them to keep pace in the postseason race.
Spokane came out on the front foot. They were aggressive on both sides of the ball, defensively and on the press. They got on the score sheet early, and that intensity will be key for them tonight. Lena Solano causing havoc in the box, causing turnovers, and Ginger Fatno just running that wing, being super active, and really creating a lot for her teammates.
You mentioned Solano. It is a team that is brilliantly bookended in terms of their spinal column. Hope Heisey at the back in goal, Lena Solano leading the attack.
Hope Heisey coming off a big clean sheet last match. She's such a demanding presence in the box. Her positioning and ability to cut off angles is key, and she makes big-time saves in key moments. Lena Solano balances her up top, has been absolutely ruthless in the attack. She presses well, she disrupts the back line, and she has been clinical in the 18.
Meanwhile, for the visitors, Brooklyn trying to find the Brooklyn way back toward winning ways. 3 straight without a win, but there have been some positive signs for Tomas Tingarina's side.
They have struggled getting results. However, they are creating chances, they're scoring goals, and they have really good moments of play. If they can just tidy up their play defensively and be more disciplined in those defensive moments in their 18-yard box especially, those results will come with time.
Well, speaking of scoring goals, Catherine Zimmerman in her best form of the season, picking up the slack in the last game in the absence of the then-suspended Rebecca Cook.
Zimmerman has been super dynamic for this Brooklyn side. She plays as a second 9-off Cook and does a little bit of everything. She'll run at players, she'll shoot from distance, and she's constantly hunting inside the 18-yard box.
Tell you what, spring hits a little different in the Pacific Northwest. The spring season underway. The snow is off the pitch for now. We're just moments away from kickoff. Spokane Zephyr and Brooklyn FC kick off next.
Caitlin Clark, amazing at assists. Gainbridge, the ultimate assist for your savings. But ever since they teamed up, she's taken assisting to a whole new level. Caitlin Clark, great at assists. Gainbridge, great at assists for your savings.
Welcome back. Heading into the business end of the Gainbridge Super League season, Spokane and Brooklyn chasing postseason berths and a promising 6-pointer ahead. 90 minutes could push them toward the playoffs. Well, here's a look at the starting 11. copy and paste for Nicole Lukic and Spokane. It's the same 11 from the win away to Carolina.
We talked about how important Solano is for this group, but Sophia Braun is key for them. She really unlocks the midfield. She's tidy, she helps control the tempo for the team, and she switches the point of attack for them often. She's the one who connects the back line with the offense, and she'll be instrumental tonight to control that rhythm.
Alina Solano leads all scorers on this team. She scored in 2 of the last 3, and Opaisi, of course, leading the way with her 6 clean sheets on the campaign. Meanwhile, for Tomas Tangarina and Brooklyn, 3 changes from the loss to DC last time out. Kiki Markovic and Leah Scarpelli both stepping into the midfield. They replace Annie Williams and Milena, while Rebecca Cook, back from a 1-game suspension, she sends Anna Markovic to the bench.
They'll come out in a 4-4-2, but pay attention to Scarpelli on that left wing. She'll often bump up into the attack, having them have more of a 3-back, and she likes to get involved and create offensive threats. She's a huge presence for them, can whip in a ball and even shoot from distance.
We have seen Brooklyn have some spectacular second halves. Even in the loss against DC last time out, a much improved second stanza. Can they bring that energy to the opening of this match? Well, there is Tomas Tangarina, man in charge of Brooklyn FC. Spent a couple of seasons with Braga in his native Portugal. Now he's trying to get Brooklyn back to the promised land, outside of the playoff picture for the moment. As mentioned, there have been some positive signs, especially on the attacking end for Brooklyn. Well, Nicole Lukic had something of a preseason during the winter break. She took over in October of last year. Now, very much her team 6 months in. Spokane playing a little different than they were at the start of the campaign.
She talked about how they used to possess just to possess, and now she's looking to be a little more direct, a little more vertical. She said it's not going to be pretty sometimes, but we're here to get results. We're here to get wins.
Formerly working with U.S. Soccer Talent ID for the youth national teams, was head coach of a strong Minnesota Aurora side in the USLW. So Brooklyn in the light gray for this one. Spokane at home playing in the black. It's been a tough portion of the season with how sporadic the schedule is at this stage. Now spring fully underway. The playoff push is upon us, but it's been about a month per game for these teams, and Spokane have had some time off. This is just the first home match of 2026 for Zephyr.
It's hard to get in a rhythm as a player when you're constantly having breaks and having bye weeks, and it's tough to find that rhythm, but now it looks like we're ready to go and ready to cook.
This is the weather the game was made for, so the Englishmen could run. Final checks for referee Laura Rodriguez, who has the cards and the whistle. And the ball rolls as Spokane gets us underway. Zephyr playing their first home match of the new year, looking to climb to within a single point of the top 4. Brooklyn hoping to get back to winning ways. Just 1 win in the last 5 since they last beat Spokane in late November. They have been in every one of those games. They've all been close, and they can score in bunches. Alongside the former U.S. international Erica Timrak, I'm Dre Cordero, thrilled to have you with us for Week 22 in the Gainbridge Super League. Spokane in the black once more. All flighted in toward the edge of the 18. It's not quite cleared away, but into the waiting hands of Kelsey Dougherty, who continues to deputize in goal for Brooklyn. Captain Casey Hill, Sam Kroger. In possession, it is 3 across the back for Brooklyn with Thompson, Hill, and Breslin. And in front of the goalkeeper, Dougherty, Emma Loving, and Kiki Markovic in holding midfield roles. This ball is flighted into the wing for Scarpelli to chase and just running out of room.
You see Brooklyn already going a little more vertical than they're used to. They like to build out of the back, but as of late, they have been stretching the field a little bit. Garziano with that long ball, and it's a little too long, but you can tell they're trying to change it up a little and just trying to come out of the gate running and come out a little less timid than they have been.
It's about 35 degrees in Spokane tonight, and that won't be too unfamiliar for Brooklyn, who have had some issues with the weather in New York. It's been cold, it's been snowy. At times struggled to find places to train consistently, and so this will feel like home sweet home in the Pacific Northwest.
Too cold for me, I'll tell you that.
It's away from Zierenberg. It'll be a throw for Brooklyn from the far side. Zimmerman. It's been in fantastic form, Catherine Zimmerman. Well, here are your keys to the game presented by Ford. Erica?
Spokane really need to be aggressive and score early. We saw that they have been successful when they come out on the front foot. Brooklyn, on the other hand, need to be mindful of the high press, and they are good with getting numbers around the ball. So if they can just have that regain of possession and keep it, I think that'll be huge for them tonight.
4 across the back for Spokane in front of Hope Heisey is Boone, Tappan, Thomas, and Euler. Braun anchors the midfield with Knox and Jaskinik alongside, while Fontenot, Zierenberg, and Solano lead the attack. Hill building out of the back for Brooklyn. Direct approach this time, looking for Kroger once more. It falls for Kroger, has a sliver of an opening as Sam Kroger's denied. Still alive for Rebecca Cook, back from suspension. Fontenot absorbs the contact. Still Fontenot, and she's won a throw for Spokane. Tonight's injury report is brought to you by Kinetic Chiropractic, a modern approach to chiropractic care. Natalie Vigiano still missing for the home side, while a little bit of a longer injury list and just an absentee list overall for Brooklyn. They have Nayoung Shin still on international duty with South Korea at the AFC Women's Asian Cup. Jennifer Cujo celebrating her victory with Ghana at the Pink Ladies Cup in UAE, which was cut short. A trio of injuries with Barbieri, Gogal missing, and the new signing, Rylan Childers, who has not yet debuted, also missing in action for this one. Well, they've done as best they can to keep the pitch green. We've seen the shovels come out and get some of that snow off of the surface. Here's Thomas to put the ball back in play for Spokane. Rebecca Cook having to come off for a moment. Fouls whistled against Brooklyn, against Kroger. I mentioned Cook returning from suspension. She was sent off after receiving 2 yellow cards away to Fort Lauderdale back on February 14th. Missed the match against DC.
They definitely missed her offensive presence in the last game, but her getting 2 yellows, that's just the type of player she is. She's aggressive, she's passionate, she's gonna get that once in a while, but you could definitely tell in their last match they missed that firepower up top.
Anna Markovic got to start in her absence. She's available on the bench. Ball flighted into the 18. Cook gets a touch. Trying to keep it alive is Thomas. It's touched away by Catherine Zimmerman. Spokane 6th in the Gainbridge Super League with 22 points. Home form has been a little concerning. Just picked up 7 of a possible 21 points on home soil, and they do play 7 of the last 9 games at this stadium. Little roulette doesn't quite come off as she's bumped off of the ball. Jordan Thompson. That's becoming something of a rite of passage, I think, for Brooklyn. We saw the roulette from Breslin last game.
We did.
I'm here for it. Straight into space for Felicia Knox. Cross back into the area. It's nudged away. Selena Solano will chase this one down. Here's Knox. Space and time to consider her options. Alicia Knox once more. It's all the way back to Heisey. Long Diagonal switch. Silano starting out wider than usual. She's all the way on the wing and was the intended target, but back the other way comes Brooklyn. Emma Loving. Scarpelli. There's Thompson. Loving trying to sneak in behind enemy lines. Cut off by Kelsey Euler. Does squeeze that cross in. Tappan deals with the danger, and finally Euler able to clear. Here's Breslin. That's played into space for Scarps. The flag stays down. It's Scarpelli. Once more, it's Reese Tappan popping up to deny. One of the running themes of the season for Brooklyn has been improved performances in the second half. They've tended to start off a little slow, a little disorganized, and halftime adjustments by Tengarinya have been an improvement. It was the case against DC last time out, despite the 2-0 defeat.
They're definitely a second half team, but I think this game so far, they have come out a little more aggressive. They're playing in Spokane's half, which is a positive for them. They've already had runs down the wing and balls in behind, so I think the energy has been a lot better from them coming out of the gates.
Scarpelli slips as she delivers. They won possession. Here's Sophie Braun. Throw was a little quick for the referee's liking, or a little too advanced.
Back it up a little.
Zierenberg. Just bumped from behind Zierenberg. Trying to quickly restart it, Spokane, and well, that will produce the game's first yellow card for the obstruction. Kiki Markovic, her first start this season, nearly doubled her minutes off the bench last time out. It's only the 4th appearance of the campaign, and she'll get much more than the 27 minutes she has contributed so far. And that's going to get away from Fondo on the near side. This possession short circuits for Spokane. Haley Thomas wearing the captain's armband doesn't quite keep that in play.
What's interesting for me is we're seeing Kroger more of a winger role this year. Last year, she was playing more centrally and was able to get on the ball a lot more.
Rebecca Cook.
Little nutmeg.
Through the wicket. Here's Breslin. Restarted where Cook was fouled. To your point about Sam Kroger.
She was playing a lot more centrally last year, and they had a lot of success playing through her. She's so dynamic and tidy on the ball that she unlocked a lot for them. But she's playing a more of a winger role this year, and I'm not sure she gets on as much as they need her to.
Here's a chance for her to deliver. Oh, it's played short, trying to sneak in behind the line of defense, and it'll be a throw now for Brooklyn.
It's a good idea. She just needs to put a little more pace on that ball. It's a good idea to play through that back line instead of over it.
Team of the Month honors for Sam Kroger this season in November and February. One of 2 players on this Brooklyn team that has multiple Team of the Month honors. Rebecca Cook, the other. Another foul in the midfield in what has been a physical start to this contest, and this time Scarpelli, the guilty party. It's Reese Tappan to get us restarted. Ball delivered by Tappan. Could ricochet for Fontenot. Back in possession is Fontenot. Played into space. The return pass was on. Silano has that effort blocked, but she's won a corner kick out of it. Breslin was last to touch it.
It's a good play from Fontenot. She kind of just hits it into that half space and gives her a chance, and they get a corner out of it.
Not sure if anyone's asked if it was a cross or a shot last time out, but she got on the score sheet, and there are no pictures on the score sheet.
We'll say it's a shot.
This is the ICCU corner kick, your Financial Success Fan Club. Another ball delivered, back post again. It's loose on the doorstep. Cook with a defensive effort to get it away. It's tracked down by Thomas. We'll let it roll out. It's a stop-start kind of opening to this contest as we approach the quarter of an hour mark.
No team has really sustained a rhythm or a tempo so far. It's kind of back and forth, and it's a little bit chippy.
Catapulted into the 18, and no trouble for Hope Heisey to collect. Zierenberg on this near side now. We'll scan now, and you'll win one of 20 unique restaurant discounts. Thank you to Caruso's, The Burger Dock, Flat Stick Pub, Casa Tap House, Konala People's Waffle, and Method Juice Cafe. Rebecca Cook left it a little short. Tappan not taking any chances. They'll reset possession to Heisey, who will raffle it into the middle. Fouls whistled against Emma Loving. Euler. Fontenot has switched over to the left flank for now. Markovic getting it forward. Loving clipped over the top for Scarps to chase. And she's got help on the inside. Euler, that's well done to pick her pocket. Step for step with Scarpelli.
It's a great run from Scarpelli, but by the time she got to the ball, there were 0 Brooklyn players in the box.
Here's Scarps again, who just runs out of real estate. And a goal kick for Hope Heisey. When Brooklyn have been at their best, it's through that counter press. So they win the ball high up the pitch, play in the opposition's half. Have found themselves a little stretched out when they sit deeper in the midfield areas.
Exactly. They need a high press. They need to win that ball in the attacking third, and that's where a lot of their success comes from.
Well, look at their positioning here. They're trying to do exactly that.
Rebecca Cook plays a big part of that. She loves to press, and it's a good spark for the offense.
Here's Jess Garziano. Route 1 once again, this time for Sam Kroger. Brought down expertly on her right. Kroger has help. Shot is just off the mark as Catherine Zimmerman had space and time to pick a spot. She'll be disappointed not to have tested Heisey.
That's so good from Kroger. She just receives it, great touch, sets herself up, drives in, and just finds that perfect pass to Zimmerman. Zimmerman takes maybe one touch too many and just can't put it on frame.
She was a constant threat, particularly in the second half against DC Power. Didn't break through, but was by far the most dangerous of the Brooklyn players in the absence of Rebecca Cook. The Windermere Foundation is thrilled to welcome our Charity of the Month. It's more than a home, it's a way to give back. Please visit our site at windermerefoundation.co. is whistled by the referee, Laura Rodriguez. And Spokane will have a free kick in opposition territory as Lina Solano is slow to get up. Kelsey Hill getting a talking to from Laura Rodriguez.
That's aggressive play from Hill. That was later in the game, might be a card, push from the back, but she gets away with a warning.
And good officiating to communicate rather than immediately reach for the pocket.
Absolutely.
This ball is clipped into the edge of the 18. Will be Hope Breslin to get us restarted. Breslin. Kroger. Plenty of touches on this near side. It's a good ball in behind. It's Rebecca Cook in possession now. Isolated near side. Cook maybe showed too much of the ball to Kelsey Euler. Euler came all the way in from the left back spot to chase down Rebecca Cook. First corner kick of the match for Brooklyn. This is the ICCU corner kick, your financial success fan club. In swinger from Garziano with the penalty spot. Knocked down second effort for Kiki Markovic, not able to put enough on it. And quickly out is Heisey. Garziano draws the foul and plenty of effort to win that ball back. Here's Hill. Breslin. Heisey well off of her line, and she had to collect and does so. Zimmerman streaking into the 18.
Brooklyn's really taking advantage of these wide channels. It seems like Spokane's being a little exposed there as they've had multiple long balls, runs in behind where they've gotten into the 18 from that. So that's definitely an adjustment that Spokane's going to have to deal with because that's probably the third or fourth ball they've had into that wide channel.
Scarpelli, Zimmerman, and Cook all on the receiving end as they sneak in behind enemy lines. Fontenot giving chase. That is less than ideal, having that snowbank right outside of the touchline. Just like your springs back in Tampa, isn't it? Scarpelli. Fontenot did well to get that ball forward for Silano with her back to goal. And Silano back in possession, but the foul is whistled against Spokane. Well, Elite Minds, unlock your mind, unlock your game. Visit our website today. Jaskin not agreeing with the referee's decision there.
20 minutes in, and I feel like it's been a very chippy match, a lot of fouls. I feel like we're going to see a card here soon.
Loving. Scarps. Settled by Rebecca Cook. Good feet from Cook. Scarpelli once more. Turns into a trio of defenders, and back the other way with a numerical advantage comes Spokane. Fontenot trying to take it into stride. Still Fontenot to the 18, throw to left! And it's just wide of the target. But only Ginger Fontenot starting to find some joy on that far side.
Caught in transition, the Spokane attack just running at Brooklyn's back line. A little outnumbered, not the best ball to Fontenot, but she does well to handle it. She hits that near post area, but just goes wide. Zierenberg was on the other side, probably a little more open, but it's better from the Spokane offense.
Scored the opener in the 26th minute. Last time out was a while ago, February 14th, the last action for Spokane. Silano. It was clever to step on the ball. Rebecca Cook putting in a defensive shift. Carziano finally gets this one away. That's two of the attacking players for Brooklyn, playing very deep to play out of the back.
I was just going to say that I don't know if I want my 9 defending in the 18-yard box on transition. I want her in the frame of goal. I want her up top.
Zierenberg's cross is met by Breslin, and this will lead to a corner kick for the home side. Another ICCU corner kick, your Financial Success Fan Club. And Zierenberg over to take. Played short, Zierenberg again. Lifted in toward the edge of the 6, back post. Plenty of bodies there. That's a quick whistle from Laura Rodriguez. And some puzzled looks from the Spokane players. Nudged out of play by Catherine Zimmerman. Ball slipped through into the 18. Kroger had it covered, and Dougherty is there to collect. COR Institute, your wellness playground. Spokane advancing their lines just a touch, trying to make it difficult for Brooklyn to play out of the back. Pressure applied by Fontenot, and to good effect. And Spokane have won it back. Now Fontenot just trying to keep the ball in play and does so. Options streaking into the 18. And Jordan Thompson is there to stand her ground. Probably the best goal-scoring chance of Spokane so far was courtesy of Ginger Fontenot. First time cross is blocked by Zimmerman. Zierenberg, little space to operate on the wing. Lifted in, back post with a clever idea. Solano couldn't quite latch on. And Jaskidik was, well, the offside flag makes it all moot. They were down for Brooklyn. Now, was it Solano or was it Jaskidik offside here?
Zierenberg just runs across that 18, and Solano can't really get her body around it. There needs to be a little more movement in the box for Spokane. They seem a little stagnant, can't get on the end of these crosses, but that was a good ball in by Zierenberg.
It's the kind of ball that coaches want against a low block.
Exactly, just kind of put it in the mix, put it in that 6-yard box area. All bets are off when you have a whipped ball into there.
It's back into opposition territory. Here's Solano pulling the strings. Jaskinik, Fontenot looking against Thompson once more. Sophie Braun trying to organize things in the middle, had it poked loose. Now Cook turning the defense into attack, played into space for Scarps. And Scarpelli bursting along in the cold to get there and won't. Long throw by Oilier over the head of Jaskinik. Breslin under pressure. Pass was a little slack. Dougherty is there. Sam Kroger putting it back inside, and Kroger is pulled back. That will produce a yellow card. And it's Felicia Knox who goes in the referee's book.
Sam Kroger has been so good in these wide areas because she gets the ball and she immediately cuts inside. It's so hard to defend that. As you see Knox there just pulling her shirt, but this is so good from Kroger. She tries to beat a line of defense, gets fouled, and now you have Knox on a yellow card and a free kick for Brooklyn.
It's a second yellow card shown by Laura Rodriguez, the first to Kiki Markovic early on. Now Felicia Knox for Spokane. It was instinctual as well from Kroger, understanding that space would open up inside, and she puts her body across, doesn't give the defender a chance to get to the ball.
Exactly. When you're off the dribble and you take that first step across the path of the defender, it's either you buy a foul or you have to make them slow down. So that's just smart play on Kroger's part.
The left of Kroger, the right of Garziano, leaves it for Jess, lifted into the 18. It's loose on a doorstep for Zimmerman. Zierenberg trying to keep it in play, and this will be a throw for Brooklyn deep in Spokane territory.
Looked like Brooklyn won a handball call there.
There's Tomas Tingarriña making his displeasure known to the fourth official, Robert Vince. Breslin. Are they settling for too many long balls, Brooklyn, or is it smart to try and play those balls in behind the defense of Spokane?
I think they've had a good mix. They've exploited the wide channels a lot and have gone long, but they also have used Kroger cutting in and dribbling at the back line. So right now I feel like they have had a good balance with that. We're not used to seeing them play as vertical, but it has been working so far for them. They have had chances from it.
Ball trickles out. It'll be a throw for Spokane, and there's Oiler. "30 minutes gone. The game is crying out for a moment of inspiration." Ginger Fontenot may be the one to provide it. Zierenberg is forced to adjust. Sophie Braun from the edge of the 18. It's Braun! Oh, what a save by Dougherty. Equal to the challenge. Best chance for either team in this match, and it's still 0-0.
That's such a good look for Braun. I mean, Zierenberg drives in, and Braun just finds herself a little space, does a little cut, is able to find that window, and just hits it far post. Dougherty, props to her, makes a very good save, but this is what we want to see from Sophia Braun. She finds that window perfectly, and it's a good save at the end of the day, but they earn a corner from it, and that's what we want to see from her.
This is Knox. Trying to squeeze that through for Fontenot. Anytime you see Braun shooting from outside the 18, you flash back to her World Cup goal for Argentina.
We know she has the ability to score from distance, and she can rip those shots, so I would like to see her take more of those.
There was no hesitation that time. One touch to settle and fire away.
She's very good about spatial awareness. She knows when she can take an extra touch, and she has a very good separation touch as well, but she sets herself up perfectly, and then she strikes the ball so cleanly.
Zierenberg once more, she'll watch it out. Spokane with a throw. Cut out by Breslin, rinse and repeat. Same spot. Boone. Tappan. One-time pass for Fontenot, who's just running out of real estate, managing to keep it in and only just for the moment. Five shots for Brooklyn in this game. None have been on target. 3 from Spokane. Braun, the first one to test a goalkeeper, and Dougherty responded well.
Braun, probably the best chance of the game so far.
Dougherty called into action again. It's a challenge against Fontenot. And it's whistled against Ginger Fontenot. Settled by Knox, allowed to settle it in traffic. Numbers 4 now for Spokane. Zierenberg on the near side, working against Zam Kroger. This is another ICCU Corner, your financial success fan club. So Zierenberg calibrates. Oh, lifted into the edge of the 6-yard box once more. Spokane seemed to be knocking on the door there. Certainly the protagonist of this moment of the match. And that's easily plucked out of the air by Dougherty. Breslin just able to get it away. Minutes remain. Lumber Beer Brewing is proud to be the preferred craft brewery partner of the USL Spokane. Visit our downtown tasting room for expertly brewed craft beer and food at 25 East 3rd Avenue. Open 7 days a week.
It seems that Spokane have kind of taken the momentum these last 10 minutes, and they've just been playing in Brooklyn's half, and Brooklyn have kind of just been defending and let their foot off the gas a little bit. Meanwhile, Spokane has just been going at them, earning corners and getting shots on goal.
Euler played short with Zierenberg. Lifted once more toward the penalty spot, headed down, and there's the breakthrough. Now, they had been knocking on the door, and with 10 minutes to play in the opening half, Spokane find Pater. Reese Tappan celebrates. It's 1-0 to Zephyr. Tori Zierenberg has been so involved in the build-up. This time they play the corner short to her. And what a finish by Tappan.
Such a good ball. She just whips it in, and Tappan is in the perfect area, right on that 6-yard box. She's hunting this ball down. She's watching the movement, and then she just redirects it into that corner. Impossible for Dougherty to get.
It's a goal that had been coming. Spokane had grown into the game. They'd dominated the passage of play.
And we were just talking about how they took the momentum. They were coming down their throats. They were getting corners. They were getting chances on goal. And that was a phenomenal finish. And props to Spokane for taking advantage of a set piece. Zierenberg has been hitting good balls in all day, and Tappan was in the perfect spot to finish that.
First goal of the season for Reese Tappan. Second assist of the campaign for Tori Zierenberg. And Spokane find themselves a goal to the good at home. She had a couple of goals in her collegiate career at Washington State. Who's tapping this, her first in the Gainbridge Super League. Silano. Zimmerman is dispossessed. Look at how far back Garziano drops to build out of the back for Brooklyn. Rebecca Cook was the intended target this time. Silano. Braun now, making inroads. Lifted back into the 18. Breslin deals with the threat. Just how quickly Brooklyn, rather Spokane, are able to win back possession and go on the attack. It's a good ball into the near post, intended for Knox. The offside flag comes up.
Seems like Spokane are just winning second balls right now, and that's so key for them. They're dispossessed. They immediately win it back in that attacking third, and they go again.
It feels as though ever since I asked you whether Brooklyn have been playing too many long balls to try and get in behind, they've struggled to get out of their own half.
They have. They're almost skipping their midfield and going long. Spokane's reading it. It's becoming predictable. So I think they need a little more variation in their play. I'd also like to see Rebecca Cook more central. She's been drawn out to these wide areas. You want your 9 in front of the frame of goal.
Select, the official match ball supplier of the Gainbridge Super League and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Nicely chested down by Silano, who gets it back. Silano in traffic. Jaskinik, option side, their side. Jaskinik calls her own number and collected on the bounce by Dougherty. Maybe rushing the shot that time.
Definitely be a little more patient in that, but right now Spokane is feeling themselves and they're going to take shots when they have them.
And you can test the confidence of Dougherty in goal. Five minutes remain of first half normal time. Goal coming in the 36th minute with Zerenberg setting up tap-ins, opener. It's Fontenot who's on the near side now, and option streaking into the 18. It's a through ball, played in! They've doubled the lead! It's all going Spokane's way. Zerenberg set up the first and punctuates the second.
This is so good. Spokane. You felt the momentum building. Ginger Fontenot, ruthless on this wing. She takes a touch, takes a look up, and just sees Zerenberg running on the right side of her player. Fontenot plays such a clever ball. She just kind of spins this around so that it lands right on the foot in Zerenberg, and Zerenberg just hits this near post, finds the window, and that momentum has been building. Puts them up 2-0 going into half. That is so big time for them.
Her third goal and her second assist of the season coming in this opening half. Tori Zerenberg involved in both. We have mentioned Brooklyn, more of a second half team. They lead the league in second half goals with 20. And they're going to need another second stanza performance to get a result out of this one. Emma Loving. Possession has been short-lived for Brooklyn FC. Here's Scarpelli. It's a lovely turn. And Scarpelli continues her run into the 18. She's got options to the inside. Scarps on the service. Rebecca Cook on the back post. Just nudged away and beyond the reach of Sam Kroger. It's a Jaskinik, I believe, who intervened with the legs of Knox. Here's Graziano. Again, clipped forward. This time Rebecca Cook might get there. Heisey. Oh, the offside flag came up. Look at the reaction by Hope Heisey.
This is better from Brooklyn. They're getting more dangerous threats in behind. They got Cook on the back of that back post. The ball needed to be a little more whipped in, but it's definitely better from them and a good response to that goal.
Sent away by Thompson. It's a lovely build-up by Brooklyn and maybe deserved the goal. Scarpelli right in the middle of it. Left a little slack that time by Scarps, but Emma Loving there to clean up. And she's won a throw for Brooklyn FC. The response was needed by the visitors. We're starting to see hints of it. It's flicked on. Marciano. Breslin now. Comfortable going forward as Breslin into traffic. Dispossessed desperately by Braun. Turning defense into attack is Sophie Braun. Zierenberg now. Had Silano between the lines, but patient approach here from Spokane.
It's a smart play from Spokane. No need to go forward and rush it. You're 2-0 up. Put your foot on the ball a little bit before half and make them chase a little bit.
Here's Fontenot. Knox was not sure that she was onside that time. It appeared that she was.
She definitely was onside.
Back by Braun. Given away by Braun.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth official has indicated a minimum of 2 minutes of stoppage time. This stoppage time is brought to you by Rosars.
Well, this half stoppage time is presented by Rosars and supermarkets. 2 minutes added on, a minimum 2 minutes. Kroger. Scarpelli switched over to the near side. Able to find Markovic. One big change we've seen in second halves for Brooklyn this season, recent games in particular, is not just that the intensity in their pressing is better in the second half, but their organization is as well. They find themselves in a 2-0 hole, 2 goals in quick succession from Reese Tappen and Tori Zierenberg. It could be more. Here's Euler. Silano. Ball is expertly delivered into the 18. Doherty was alert to the danger there, deny Silano. Six first half shots from Spokane, 4 of those have been on target.
I've been impressed with Spokane and their decision of when to go and when not to.
Doherty under pressure, Zierenberg intensifying that pressure. Smartly watched out by Thompson, who ushers it out. Well, that will do for an eventful first 45 minutes. Spokane Zephyr, their first home match of 2026, and they have taken advantage of Brooklyn with another slow start. A couple of goals late in the half. Reese Tappen gets her first of the season in the 36th minute. That was assisted by Tori Zierenberg. who punctuated her first half performance with the second goal, assisted by Ginger Fonda.
They capitalized on a set piece, they came out on the front foot, and then they had a really good build-up play leading into that goal. They should be happy with their performance. Brooklyn, on the other hand, I need to see Cook more central. I feel like there's a disconnect in the midfield. They're kind of lacking that link between defense and offense, and it just seems like there's kind of been a disconnect between the team.
Well, we saw a relatively fast start from Brooklyn, who were mixing up the way that they approached Hope Heisey's goal, but in the latter part of that opening 45 minutes until the second goal, it was all Spokane looking comfortable at home. Again, the home form needs to improve, and today is a sign of things headed in the right direction. We are joined by Tori Zarenberg here at the half, fresh off of a first 45 minutes in which you provide the service on the first goal, score the one on the second. How important is it to get on the score sheet back on home soil?
I mean, it's so important. It's been, I don't know, like 3 or 4 months since we've been home, so it's just awesome to kind of keep the momentum going at home and for our fans.
Tori, we saw the momentum slowly building in that half, and you guys got that second goal. How important will it be to keep that momentum going into the second half, and how do you sustain that for the rest of the game?
Yeah, I mean, so important. Just we sustain it by keep doing what we're doing, trusting our defense, trusting each other on the field, and putting more balls in the back of the net.
Appreciate the time. Go ahead and catch your breath. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
There you have it, a stellar first 45 from Tori Zarenberg, who was popping up in all sorts of places, left, right, and center to create danger against that Brooklyn defense. A goal and an assist for her in the first half, and it's Spokane 2-0 to the good after the first 45 minutes. We're back with more after this. Stay tuned.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
This spring, stay 3 nights and get a $50 Best Western gift card.
Prinks tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines. From early mornings to late nights. From fun with friends to winner takes all. From the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks tires will be there for the long haul.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
I'm a real wild one. Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a Bronco Sport Wild Edition for $339 a month for 36 months, or purchase with $3.9 for 36 and get $2,000 wild bonus cash.
Welcome back. Spokane Zephyr 2-0 up over Brooklyn FC after 45 minutes back in their home turf. You could scan now. You'll win one of 20 unique restaurant discounts. Thank you to Caruso's, The Burger Dock, Flatstick Pub, Casa Tap House, Quinala, People's Waffle, and Method Juice Cafe. Well, here's a look at other scores from around week 22 in the Gainbridge Super League. The one that went final earlier today, Sporting Jacksonville 2-0. With both goals coming in the opening 30 minutes. They beat Fort Lauderdale on the road. Earlier in the week, a 1-1 between DC Power and Dallas Trinity, while Carolina with a big victory over Tampa Bay 1-0. That allows them to keep pace inside of the top four for playoff positioning down this crucial business end of the season. Well, as we head to break, stay with us for a special preview of episode 2 of Built for Success Stories from the Gainbridge Super League, featuring Tampa Bay Sun FC captain Jordan Listro and her journey from her home in Canada to captaining the Sun to the first title in league history.
Definitely Jordan's best qualities are how hard and physical she is, and it's not fun to play against.
Two-touch, Jordan. Touch, finish. Jordan brings a ton of experience. She's an absolute warrior on the field.
I just want to win so bad, and I'll just do anything it takes. That's kind of my mentality.
We're excited you're here this evening as we take on Spokane Zephyr FC.
This is all heart, like this game, because it is brutal out here.
Tampa Bay in search of their first home win.
Being a professional athlete, there are going to be lows and adversity.
We can do this, but we have to put in the work.
The back stick. Oh, it goes in off the deflection.
The Gainbridge Super League. It's giving so many players more opportunities to play. It's been a dream come true for me.
Well, 45 minutes gone, the fans and the club enjoying their return to One Spokane Stadium, a 2-0 lead at the break over Brooklyn FC. But we have seen Brooklyn improve in second halves this season. Maybe the best is yet to come. Let's take a look back at the best of the opening 45. Is fairly even through the first opening minutes, but then Zierenberg unlocking the defense and an unmarked header by Reese Tappan.
Spokane really taking advantage of these set pieces. Zierenberg whips a nice ball in there with her left foot, and then Reese Tappan is unmarked. All she has to do is just redirect that into the side netting. That's an easy goal for her, but it's a great goal to open up the score sheet.
Well, before that, Sophie Braun had provided the best chance for either team of the half. She was denied, but Spokane would not be denied for long. This time, Fontenot on the build-up, and Zierenberg finishes it herself.
Fontenot just takes this ball down the wing, but Zierenberg's movement is so crucial to this. She just hangs out on that back shoulder of her defender, and when Fontenot plays it across, she just steps in front, scores near post. That's such good movement and even a better finish for her.
So first goal of the season for Tappan, third of the campaign for Zierenberg, and it's 2-0 to Spokane. Here's a look at the simple numbers in the course of that first 45, 2-0 in favor of Spokane. Shots have been fairly even, but the quality of the shots has not.
Exactly, and the stats look pretty even, and possession's 50-50, but Spokane have definitely just been on the front foot. You've seen them gain momentum through the half. They've had really good shots on goal, and they've just capitalized on all their opportunities.
Well, we've talked about Spokane needing to improve at home. This is a sign of what's to come. We'll step aside for a quick commercial break. A 2-0 advantage for the hosts, and we'll get the second half underway in just a moment. Stay with us on Peacock. Zephyr fans, scan the QR code for your chance to win a $100 gift card to Rosar's Supermarkets. official grocery store of your Spokane Velocity and Zephyr FC. So the first 45 in the rear view. Spokane 2-0 up, courtesy of goals by Reese Tappan and Tori Zierenberg. One change, and it's for the visitors as Brooklyn introduced Annie Williams. She replaces Kiki Markovic in the midfield. Second half underway with Brooklyn moving from left to right on your screen. Again, that one change with a 55, Annie Williams slotting into central midfield role. This is Zierenberg coming off a stellar opening half, a goal and an assist. Turns her marker inside out. The ball is delivered in back post for Fontenot, and what a start that could have been. Well, delivered once more to the 6. Fontenot again, the intended target. Silano's effort is blocked, and Brooklyn scrambled to get it away. This is not the start that the visitors wanted.
Spokane came right out of the gate and already got a chance on goal. Zierenberg has just been phenomenal this half, dipping her shoulder, causing havoc, and then she just hits those balls in that are so clinical.
Here's Euler, Jeskinen. Rebecca Cook giving chase, a little layoff by Knox, the right idea for Zierenberg, who never made the run. So Annie Williams, formerly of Minnesota Aurora, a team that Spokane head coach Nicole Lukic used to manage. It's also the first American to play for Italian club Parma. Braun. Silano. Pulls down quickly. Erica, your impression of what went right for Spokane in that first 45 minutes?
They came out aggressive, like we talked about, how that is key for them to get out on the front foot. But what I like about Sophia Braun is that she almost calms that and counterbalances that a little bit. They are so aggressive and front-footed, but she's able to bring a composure to the team, and I think that's a good mix for them. They've been very clinical, and they've finished their opportunities. If they can keep up that intensity and that momentum.
It's a lovely leading ball again. Effort is parried wide by Dougherty.
What's also worked for them, as we've just seen, they have unlocked the defense with multiple ways. They've gone down the width, they've gone down the center, they've crossed it in, they've used set pieces. And I think having a variety of ways to create chances and score is key for this team.
So an ICCU corner for Spokane, and it's Sophia Braun who stands over the ball. Played short. Zierenberg, a constant threat. Been buzzing around the 18. Had that one post loose. Rinse and repeat from the same corner flag. This is the ICCU corner kick, your financial success fan club. Braun plays it short. This is Knox. Braun staying offside as the flag comes up. Brooklyn's backline springing the trap. Tori Zierenberg matching Kelsey Euler for a team-high 37 touches in that first half. She was so involved in everything Spokane did.
I'm not surprised with that stat. She has an assist and a goal and had a lot of touches, and that just speaks to when she's on the ball, she can create, she can finish, and when she's on, players around her are on too, and so is the rest of the team.
It's flicked on by Rebecca Cook. Zimmerman chase it down, but runs out of real estate. Hope Heisey has not had a save to make in this contest. 5 shots from Brooklyn, none have been on target.
I think that's credit to the back line. Spokane have made it so difficult to break down. They're constantly winning foot races. Their body positioning is making them win the ball first, and they're winning second ball, so they're making Hope Heisey's job very easy.
She was the first player in this league, the 15 clean sheets. Has 6 on this season. It's tied for second. Working on what would be her 7th. Emma Loving brought down from behind on a challenge by Jaskinek. And this could be a more dangerous free kick now for Brooklyn. Trying to battle their way back into this contest.
We've seen Brooklyn score from set pieces in this area, especially when Kroger is on the ball.
Sam Kroger picking her spot. Throw on the wall for Heisey. It's short. Garciano lifts it in. Heisey not taking any chances, only willing to punch it away. And Zierenberg, who touches it out for a throw. Well, Zephyr fans, stay warm and scan now to enter into the holiday heating and HVAC sweepstakes. Flag comes up. .22 points on this season for Spokane coming into this game. Only 7 of those have come on home soil. There's been a lot of travel in the course of the season for the team that does the most travel in the Gainbridge Super League. And maybe on the silver lining there as they close out the campaign with 7 of 9 games being played at their home stadium. So less travel, more home cooking.
It'll definitely be easier on their bodies. I mean, traveling east to west coast, west to east coast is brutal, having to do it every weekend. So having a stint at home will give them a little bit of rhythm they can buy into and give them their legs a little bit of rest. Not to mention time change, sleeping, all that plays a role into it too.
There's Tori Zierenberg driving at Garciano. Square ball in for Fondo. What a combination between those two. Needed a better finish.
I love this from Zierenberg. She just drives at the back line, and you can see her hesitate and just get her head up, see who's out there, and she actually picks out Fontenot and puts it in there. It's a bouncing ball, so it's harder to control, but Zierenberg just picks her out, and Fontenot not really able to get it on target, but just goes to show what Zierenberg is capable of.
For Brooklyn, quickly back in. Breslin. Hill. Scarpelli tangled up, dispossessed by Euler, and commits the foul. That will produce a yellow card. Showing a little frustration via Scarpelli.
Definitely a frustration foul, and this is not where you want to give up a set piece, especially when Spokane has the momentum. She just pulls her down. That's a card, and definitely out of frustration.
Second player booked for Brooklyn. She joins Markovic, who has since been replaced. Tick to the hour mark, the Second half looking very much like the closing stages of the opening 45, with most of the game taking place in Brooklyn's territory. Zephyr lifting it in again, looking for Fondo. Silano. Looking for Zephyr on the near side. Scarps was there. A little hard for Sophie Braun for time wasting as she kicks that ball away. And Braun, the second Spokane player to be booked, she joins Felicia Knox.
Yellow card for Spokane, number 13.
That's a smart yellow in my opinion. She just wants to disrupt that rhythm. She doesn't want Brooklyn to gain any type of momentum, and just kind of the dark arts of football where you have to waste time sometimes and you have to get a card here and there to disrupt that momentum, and they have the rhythm now and they want to keep it.
Sent away by Braun. Pressure applied to good effect as Spokane have won it back only for a moment. Hill back the other way. Garziano. Only on the front foot as that's lifted in for Zimmerman. And well defended by Euler. Flighted in, Fontenot. He descended away. Maybe a little concern here for Kelsey Euler. May need some attention. Is it an eye poke? It looks to be okay. Scarpelli. Substitution coming for Brooklyn. It's the Brazilian Milena. She'll step in and she'll replace Leah Scarpelli.
Brooklyn, number 17, Leah Scarpelli. Entering the match, number 8, Milena Freitas.
Well, Zephyr fans, get match ready with the latest Zephyr merchandise. Shop online or in a team store at the Davenport Grand Hotel in Spokane. So Milena coming in to be more of an imposing presence in midfield. It's been fairly easy for Spokane to play their way through. What does she add coming in off the bench?
She adds a spark for sure. You've seen her come off the bench before and score right away, but she has a aggression about her. But she also has a composure on the ball, and she's been proven to finish in the 18 and find sneaky little passes. So I think it's a good sub for them.
Here's Fontenot out wide, driven in, looking for the back post, doesn't quite get there. Something you don't see every day. There's a little bit of blood on Jordan Thompson's jersey. She kicked off the game wearing the number 16, forced to change her shirt, and now wearing the 97 shirt. But it still, I assure you, is Jordan Thompson. Still, Spokane continue to dominate close to Dougherty's goal. That time given away by Silano. Brooklyn need a break to go their way, and there's a hint of an offside there. Zimmerman won't get to the end of this. The offside flag did come up. As it stands, it would be the second consecutive 2-0 defeat for Brooklyn following that March 7th loss at home to DC Power. In that game in the second half, it was fairly even in terms of chances, both quantity and quality of them. It hasn't been the case here in Spokane tonight. Fontenot finds Felicia Knox unmarked inside of the 18, trying to lay it off. Brooklyn dealt with it. This is Euler now from a long way out, trying to test the goalkeeper. An hour gone in downtown Spokane. Zimmerman did well to release Rebecca Cook, but the offside flag will deny her. It was close, maybe marginally offside. We'll scan now for your latest ticket deals for Spokane Zephyr FC. Look at the upcoming matches following today. DC Power next on the docket. This is a result that would bring Spokane back to within a single point of a playoff spot. Fontenot sneaking in behind, driven goal bound, and it's 3-0 to the hosts. Well, lapse in concentration at the back, and Spokane absolutely capitalized. Fontenot with an exclamation mark to make it 3-0.
And it starts with Reese Tappan, a beautiful ball, and Solano just pops off that line as a false 9 and flicks it over the head for Ginger Fontenot to run onto it. She recognizes the ball's bouncing and just taps it over the head of Doherty. That's such a classy finish from her, and puts them up 3-0.
Well, the game is starting to get out of reach for Brooklyn and Spokane. It's a deserved scoreline, 3-0. It's felt like a 3-0 kind of game.
It seems that the Spokane offense is just gelling. They're fluid. They're taking each other's space. They know when they're running in. They know where their player is going to be, and that is a sign of a connected, cohesive offense, and it's showing. They've capitalized on their opportunities, and it looks like they're having fun out there.
4 shots for Ginger Fontenot in this game. She's more often than not been on the receiving end of the passes from Zierenberg. This time, smartly sneaks in behind and has her second goal of the season. Well, with just under half an hour left to play, Spokane are matching and chasing history. This match is their biggest ever win. They've never scored more than 3 goals in a game, and they find themselves up 3-0 with plenty of soccer still to play. Knox over the top for Fontenot once more. Numbers back with slightly stretched. Silano running in behind. Silano just couldn't keep the shot down. She was closed down by Hill. If I can quote you from the first half, they are feeling themselves.
They are feeling themselves. That Solano-Fontenot duo are so connected right now. Ginger Fontenot gets it, takes it off the bounce, and just puts it right behind the back line. Solano can't get over that. Such a good ball in, but when she hits this, she's leaning back again a little bit, and it just goes right over the goal. It's a good space for her, though, and a great ball from Fontenot.
Solano's been more facilitator than finisher in this game. It was her first real sight of goal. Meanwhile, player down for Brooklyn, a yellow card for Solano, the 3rd Spokane player booked. And her 2nd yellow this season. Scored in 2 of the last 3 games. Leads the team with 6 goals, Solano. Oh, so close to making it a historic 4th.
Yellow card for Spokane, number 8, Lena Solano in the 64th minute.
Solano just comes in a little too hard. She's aware there's no malicious intent there, but she's aware that she came in late and probably a little studs up.
Breslin fighting for possession. Settled now by Kroger, taken away. Swung back by Annie Williams. It's Jordan Thompson once again wearing that 97 shirt now. Tap it. Knox pouncing on the loose ball, finding Silano. Fontenot now. Given space and time to deliver the cross. Silano's header. Can't quite find a target. Zierberg able to keep it in play. And still Spokane steadily piling on the pressure. Sophia Braun. Open cross to the back post. Fontenot trying to reach it. Won't get there. Goal kick. So Spokane lining up a triple substitution now.
Substitution for Spokane in the 66th minute. Leaving the match, number 23, Ginger Fontenot. Number 16, number 8, Rena Silano.
So we'll see the exit of Fontenot, Knox, and Silano. Maya Hansen will check in. So too will the captain, Sarah McCoy. And also welcome into the game, Allie Cook. It's part of a triple substitution, so fresh legs on the way. For a Spokane side hitting on all cylinders. So Cook takes over from Silano in attack. Maya Hansen replaces Fontenot out wide. And McCoy takes over from Felicia Knox. Already able to get that away. Continue to press in search of a fourth goal. Braun is pulled back at the edge of the 18, just outside of the box, and that is a dangerous spot for a Spokane free kick. Yellow card. Even the referee a little confused now with the 97 shirt of Jordan Thompson. Make no mistake, it's a yellow card foul. Wonder whose 97 shirt that is.
Yellow card for Brooklyn in the 69th minute for number 16, wearing jersey 97, Jordan Thompson.
So danger on the way for Brooklyn. And Sarah McCoy, who's just been introduced into the game, stands over the ball. Zierberg leaves it. McCoy going for a goal and couldn't get it to bend enough. But Lumberbeard Brewing is proud to be the preferred craft brewery partner of USL Spokane. Visit our downtown tasting room for expertly brewed craft beer and food at 25 East 3rd Avenue, open 7 days a week. So a change for Brooklyn with Anna Markovic, who started against DC last time out, checking in off the bench this time. And she replaces Rebecca Cook, who's just made a return from suspension. There's Hill. To your point from earlier, Erica, we just didn't see Rebecca Cook getting into those dangerous positions in the course of the 68 odd minutes she was on.
No, it seemed like she had to drop down and try and almost create and play make a little bit. And you don't really want your 9 doing that. You want to keep them in the frame of the goal. You want to keep them in dangerous areas where they can score. And I just think that she needs to simplify her game, and maybe the midfield needs to step up a little more and try and create and get her some more opportunities as opposed to her having to drop down and kind of do that work for herself.
20 minutes remain. Oiler to put this back in play. Beyond the 3 points, Spokane now looking for a first ever 4-goal performance in the Gainbridge Super League. It's knocked down by Markovic. Heisey scrambling off of her line and out to collect ahead of Zimmerman. Jaskinik. Sophia Braun, one of those players where the ball always leaves her better than it arrived.
She's so good. She's always scanning. She has such good spatial awareness.
The battle. This is Ehrenberg skipping away from Milena, and she's chopped down. That'll produce a yellow card. And a free kick coming up for Spokane. The referee may be taking a lenient view of this. And Milena will just get a talking to.
And Zierberg again just causing trouble on the width, and Milena grabs her and just comes in. That's a card for me. That's a little bit dangerous play, coming in on the shins and kind of chopping that. It's obviously out of frustration, but that's a card for me. But it just shows Zierenberg has just been ruthless on this wing, going at them. Defender's worst nightmare, having to deal with a player that just runs at you play after play, doesn't get tired, and is just constantly looking to get in, to create, to score.
So now Braun stands over the wall. 2 on the wall for Downey. Make it 1. Played low, Milena anticipating well. They're now trying to turn defense into attack for the substitute. Played forward. That's smart defending. Giving away, and maybe numbers forward now for Brooklyn. Kroger. Jaskinik.
Seems like Brooklyn can't catch a break. Anytime they have a spark of a play, Spokane reads it and is able to just get there before, intercept, and take control of the game again.
Breslin. Kelsey Hill. Slip from Annie Williams, fighting for possession. Still Annie Williams, keeping it alive. It's Markovic now. Williams still available on the right. She goes left instead. Chance for Garziano. It's a chance they needed to capitalize on. She's been doing so much of the hard work further back.
That's better from Brooklyn, especially Garziano being higher up the field and having a chance on goal, and it's good for Markovic cutting in and just driving at the back line. That's something we haven't seen a lot of in this game, and instead of the long ball, taking that ball and just driving on your own, it opens up so much, and we just saw there that it unlocked a lot, and Garziano was able to get on the end of it.
So 4th substitution now for Brooklyn. Sengarina brings on Fia Lewis, replacing Catherine Zimmerman. Zephyr fans, scan the QR code for your chance to win a $100 gift card to Rosor's Supermarkets, official grocery store of your Spokane Velocity and Zephyr FC. So down 3 goals, quarter of an hour left to play. No Rebecca Cook, no Catherine Zimmerman for Brooklyn as they try and find a way back.
It's tough. You think you want to make a tactical change, maybe go completely 3 in the back, but it's hard to do that when Spokane has such firepower up top and are just going at you time in and time out. So it's an interesting one for Brooklyn, but...
Breslin over the top for Fia Lewis, who's newly introduced, and Heisey there to collect. using her body well to get away from Milena. She's knocked down by Thompson. Breslin, even in the backline, has these escape tricks that show you her qualities as a midfielder.
Absolutely.
Foul is whistled against Charlie Boone. So Katie Murray will be checking into the game. She'll replace Sophia Braun in the midfield. Lots of fresh legs out there now for Spokane as they look to see out this result. And for Katie Murray, it is her return to action. First appearance of the season, and a big hug from Braun on the way.
When we talked to Coach, she said that Murray is one of those players that has really grown into this year. I mean, she's been new, but they've had a few tests against opponents not in the run of play, and she said that she's just thrived in them and is really coming to her own, and expected her to get some minutes tonight.
5 goal contributions a season ago for Katie Murray. 3 goals, a couple of assists. Now getting her first minutes of this season. And an important portion of the campaign is down to the postseason race. McCoy. Thomas is switched over to the right now with the introduction of Sarah McCoy.
You can tell Spokane are just wanting to go every time there's a set piece, put it down and play, but sometimes they need to slow the game down a little bit, put their foot on the ball and just slow the tempo, but you can tell that they have that firepower and that eagerness to just want to go, go, go.
That's a brilliant ball in. And Ali Cook was onside but not able to capitalize. You can stay up to date with the Gainbridge Super League. Sign up for the Super newsletter. Get news about your favorite team and stories from around the league delivered directly into your inbox every week. Sign up at GainbridgeSuperLeague.com/newsletter. Your credit to Spokane and how they've managed this game. You can see that momentum. They want to keep that momentum going. There have not been very many prolonged spells where Brooklyn has had the ball and have looked dangerous. In spots, they have.
They've had moments, but Spokane has definitely been able to just sustain this high tempo, high rhythm. And yes, when you have a player like Sophia Braun on the field who's able to, switch the ball and be composed, it definitely helps. But credit to Spokane, they've been able to keep up this high-paced game, transition, attacking, aggressive for 80 minutes now.
Much of the theme has been about how Brooklyn have improved in second halves of games. They've been arguably the best second half team in the league. 20 goals after the restart. Well, today just 1 shot since the halftime break. Murray on the ball, dancing with Milena. Zerenberg now. Murray, lovely 1-2. Zerenberg trying to split the double team. There's Euler now. This is promising. Sam Kroger forcing her wide. Maya Hansen wins a corner kick. This is the ICCU corner kick, your financial success fan club. So in all likelihood, Zerenberg looking to deliver back post on this corner. Swung in, knocked down, and the follow-up. Cleared out of danger by Brooklyn. Back into the 18, into the waiting hands of Dougherty. Lewis. Oilers done really well to recover the ball on this near side since substitutions for Spokane. Here's Hansen. Once more against Milena. Hansen driving past Milena into the 18. Square ball in. In the end, Brooklyn managed to put out the fire. This is Garziano. In terms of controlling the game, this has been one of the best performances we've seen from Spokane this season.
I was going to say the score sheet.
Jaskinig now turning defense into attack, had her pocket picked by Emma Loving, and you were saying?
The score sheet, of course, 3-0, it's great, but they've actually had the most complete performance I've seen. They've been so clinical on both sides of the ball.
15 shots, 9 of which have come in the second half. This ball lifted in toward Ali Cook. Not near enough.
Their regain from possession has been great too. They win second balls, they win 50-50s. They pick their moments of when to play out and when to go long. It seems that they play pretty safe out of the back now. If there's a question if a ball is going to get picked out, they go vertical. There's not a lot of errors back there. They've been tidy in the back line. And up top, they've just been ruthless. They've capitalized. They've created from the width. They've gone down the middle. They've took advantage of set pieces. This has been an all-around complete performance for them.
Into this near side again, where Oilers dominated that zone. Laid off by Katie Murray. Tap in for McCoy. Thomas. Kicked over the top. Ali Cook is giving chase, trying to get in behind, working here against Breslin. Boone arriving in the 18. Still Cook. That's sent away by Kroger, and Spokane will have a throw. Well, final substitution now for the home side is Kat Rapp. Will be checking in for her third appearance of the season. And she'll replace the midfielder Emma Jaskinig. Jaskinig is pumped on her way out. Sign of a total team performance.
They just look in sync. They look like they all know what each other's doing. That's fluid. They're on the same page, and I think that's so important. They're connected. And when you look at Brooklyn, I think one of the things that they're struggling with is that connectivity between the team.
This ball flighted in, looking for Ali Cook. Dougherty rising to pluck it out of the air. Trying a direct approach here, Brooklyn. There's Anna Markovic furthest forward, and she'll put the ball back in play. Or leave it for Sam Kroger. Kroger. Dispossessed, but she will get a corner kick out of this. And it's Jess Garziano over to take. Maybe just a consolation goal, but Brooklyn would like something to take back home.
Just mentally, scoring one goal would do a lot for them. But I know Spokane wants to keep this clean sheet.
Hope Heisey and the Spokane defense working on a 7th clean sheet of the season. Floating now Hill. She's rising to meet it. Heisey happy to squeeze every second she can off the clock. Recovered by Kroger. Loving now. And Possession short circuits for Brooklyn FC. Header after header, heading closer to goal. Lewis playing that one in behind. This is Annie Williams. And a goal kick for Hope Heisey in the end. Spokane would improve now to 25 points on this season. A third home win of the campaign. And something to give them confidence going forward for what will be the most important part of the campaign, with plenty of home games to capitalize on.
They're slowly creeping up into that top 4 playoff spot. And I think after a performance like this, they can just go forward with confidence and keep this momentum, keep this identity they've developed this season. High tempo, aggression, coming out on the front foot. And they've just been so clinical in the attack.
Dangerous ball into the middle. Brooklyn managed to deal with it, but only momentarily. Spokane back in possession. It's Euler now. Didn't hear the footsteps. Markovic tries to play this into space. He's working hard in defense. Reese Tappan. Spokane trying to preserve this clean sheet. You can tell it's important to them. Milena now. That's a lovely ball floated for Milena. It's redirected, goal bound, and wide of the target. Felicia Knox doing just enough. Garziano.
All right. Have a good drive. Bailey's parents and Derek.
It was denied.
See you guys. Okay. Ride safe. Sleep well. Yeah. Well, you'll have to on the way back. All right.
Nicole Lukic has said several times this season that she wants it to be effective. She wants wins. They don't necessarily have to be pretty. Tonight, sometimes it has been pretty.
It has been, and especially since they've been on the same page. I mean, look at some of their goals. I mean, that is just them knowing exactly where they're going to be, the right texture on the ball, the fine details of the game. And in earlier games, some of their goals haven't been pretty, but tonight they've scored very nice goals and put together some really good runs of play. Not only that, they've just been so solid defensively. Brooklyn just having a really hard time breaking down that defense.
Thompson lifted over the top. And the offside flag comes up late. 90 seconds left of the 90 minutes. Oilers been influential in the second half, putting out would-be fires before they start. Mark of good defensive play. It's not a bunch of tackles and sliding into deny, but managing the spaces.
Exactly. I always say
the fires out before they start.
The best defenders don't have to react. They're already preventing the play from happening.
Spokane back on the front foot. Here's Ziegler. Zierenberg. Reese Tappan. Left it a little slack. As they have done so many times tonight, quickly back in possession after giving it away. This is Katie Murray. Finding Hansen on the near side. Hansen goes near post this time, trying to surprise the goalkeeper. Dougherty is there.
What also impresses me is that Spokane has made so many subs, and some new players on the field, and they've still managed to keep this rhythm and identity, and that goes to show when you know who you are as a team, it doesn't matter who's on the field, players have that belief in what they're about and their principles to fall back on.
So Emma Loving draws the foul here. A yellow card comes out for Katie Murray. And this half stoppage time is presented by Rosar's Supermarkets. 4 minutes added on, a minimum 4 minutes.
Yellow card for Spokane, number 26, Katie Murray in the 90th minute.
For Brooklyn, it'll be 4 straight games now without a win. I think beyond the result, I think it's the response that was lacking. That may be the most disappointing part for Tomas Tingarilla. For a team that even when they've come up short have shown so much fight in second halves. They've been second best throughout much of the night.
It almost seems that they're caught between two style of plays, a more direct transitional style and then trying to possess it. And I think when you're unsure of your identity, that's what happens. Indecision, not on the same page, disconnection.
Murray in traffic, dispossessed, it's taken away by Breslin. Again, it's Katie Murray. Now Boone. Thompson plays it wide. Allie Cook. Zierenberg wanted to play to her feet. Cook against Kroger. Squeezing across, and Breslin was there to keep her out. Zierenberg back goal bound and skips wide of Dougherty's goal. Maybe starting to tire out, but understandable just how good she's been today and how involved she was.
And you can tell she wants to keep going. She was salivating at the top of the box, wanting that ball because she had that window of space where she could take a touch and hit.
Another throw for Spokane. There'll be a no rush to put the ball back in play here through Euler. More than halfway through those minimum 4 minutes added on. Euler taking the scenic route around Milena, drives it into the 18. Deserved a better result.
Euler is such a smart player. We're talking about her defensive positioning and how she's able to read, but she also has a bit of craftiness to her, as we've just seen a little nutmeg to get down the line, and you can tell she's one of those players that always thinks a step ahead.
I've seen her often as a more attack-minded fullback.
Absolutely, she wants to get involved, and I think she fits in perfectly with this new identity of aggression going forward. And not only that, but she's so solid defensively that she's just aggressive on both sides of the ball.
Here's Reese Tappan laying it off for Euler. She'll take it to the corner flag. Markovic and Milena. And it's Milena who's whistled for the foul. We started through Thompson, and there is the final whistle. As complete a performance as we have seen from Spokane this season. They take all 3 points, a 3-0 victory, matching their record in this competition. And they were all over Brooklyn from start to finish. The opening goal by Tappan set the tone. Zierenberg with a goal and an assist doubled the lead. And Ginger Fondano put the finishing touches on a 3-0 victory. Tonight's play of the match is brought to you by Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
And a long ball in by Reese Tappan, and Lena Solano just flicks it on, knowing exactly where her teammate Fontenot is. Fontenot runs in behind, takes a look it up, see that Dougherty came off her line, and she just chips it over the top. Classy finish. good awareness, and she uses a little bit of composure to just put that one away.
Quality and quantity in the goals today from Spokane Zephyr. Their first home match of 2026. It ends in joy. It gives them something to build on as they make this push for the postseason in the Gainbridge Super League. We'll step aside for a quick commercial break and wrap things up when we come back on Peacock. Welcome back. Spokane 3, Brooklyn 0. As Spokane celebrate their return home with all 3 points. And they inch closer to the playoff push. We're joined now by Reese Tappan. And Reese, thanks for taking the time. Not only do you score the goal to get the ball rolling, but you close out the game with a clean sheet. From our vantage point, one of, if not the most complete performance we've seen from your side this season. How did you see it?
I totally agree. I think being at home, first of all, we were super excited. We haven't been home in like 4 months, and so being here in front of our amazing fans, it was an amazing atmosphere, and I think being here gives us a bunch of energy, and it kind of fuels us even more to push even harder for the team and for the fans, and so I think the fans helped carry us through the game.
Reese, it seems that everybody on the field was just on the same page. You were connected, you were fluid, you were covering for each other. What do you attribute that to?
I think it starts in training. I think we have a game plan, and I think the biggest thing for us is executing the game plan. And so I think when we're all on the same page, it really helps us be fluid on and off the field. So tonight, everyone was on the same page, and it helps us execute forward with scoring goals and helps get the clean sheet in the back.
Oh, congrats on the goal, the clean sheet, and the victory. Enjoy the night. Let's take a look back at the best of the 90 minutes as Spokane all over Brooklyn for the better part of it. And it started out with Reese Tappan putting the opening goal in the 36th minute. Tori Zierenberg was in the center of all of it.
Zierenberg just puts it right into the mixer. Brooklyn has to do better on this marking, but Reese Tappan is just in the right spot at the right time, and she just redirects this into the corner, puts them on the score sheet, and just really carries that momentum for the team.
So Zierenberg sets up the opener in the 36th minute following the short corner, and then scores the second herself 41 minutes in, and she gets hers.
And Fontenot just takes this out the wing, cuts in, and Zierenberg's positioning is so good on this. She just creeps on the back shoulder of the defender. Fontenot, such a good ball, curls this in behind the back line. So connected, those two. And Zephyr just finishes it at near post, redirects it.
That was a combination that we saw pop up several times late in the opening half and early in the second. Fast forward 2 minutes past the hour mark, and Fontenot does find Pater as she sneaks in behind.
Reese Tappan, long ball, gets to Solano, and Solano knows exactly where her teammate's going to be. It falls to Ginger Fontenot. She takes one bounce, looks up, sees Doherty off her line, and just tips that over, closing the game out.
So Solano with the assist, Fontenot with the finishing touches. 3-0 the final score. Spokane Zephyr climbed to within a single point of the top four, very much in contention for a playoff spot. For Brooklyn, it's back to the drawing board as they come away with a fourth straight game without a win. For Erica Timrek and our producer Maria Ringo, I'm Dre Cordero. Thanks as always for joining us on the Gainbridge Super League on Peacock.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.
Euler played short with Zierenberg. Lifted once more toward the penalty spot, headed down, and there's the breakthrough. Now they had been